All right, sixth graders, we're going to go through lesson 13.3 together. We have been doing a lesson or a chapter on functions, which are lines on a graph and points on a graph. And we've been learning about the coordinate plane. Today we're going to talk about graphing functions, meaning graphing a line on a graph. A function is a what?
Set of numbers.
If we're going to be graphing lines, we're going to be graphing functions. So a function is a what? A line. Yep. All right. It may not be a straight line, maybe a curved line. The ones that we're going to graph are straight lines. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is take a function, which is a set of numbers that are related in some way. Yesterday we did a lesson on writing a function rule. These numbers follow a rule. Okay? We don't know what the rule is, but we're given the numbers that relate. So -5 relates to -20. -2 relates to -10, and so on. So the first thing you need to do is plot these points on a coordinate plane. So let's start with this one, -5, -20. Where would we find that point? How would we graph that point?
Module 3.
What's the x value?
5.
What is it?
5.
Not 5.
20.
Again.
-5.
It's -5. So how do we go -5 and then -20? Laura? Subtract 5? Well, if we're going to plot the point on the graph,
You go 5 to the left.
5 to the left from 0. This is the point. It's written this way, but it also means -5, comma, -20. So we would go 5 to the left, and my interval that I put up here is in 2s because I only had this much space. So 5 to the left would be 2, 4, 5, and then what? Now where do we go? No?
20 down.
20 down. So from here, 20 down, and that's on this line. -5, -20. And then we plot the next point. -2, -10. That's there. And then 0 something, we don't know. We're going to use the line to find this point. The next point is 4, 16. How do we get there?
10
Maddie?
Over 4 and then down 16.
Down 16 or up 16?
Oh, up 16.
Why up?
Because down is negative.
Right. And this is a positive 16, isn't it? So even though it's below this line, this row are the y values. Sometimes we see these values on a T-chart this way. In fact, most of the time in algebra next year, you'll see them on a T-chart with the x values and then the y values listed this way. But you can also see them written across. Okay? So 4, 16 is 10, 14, 16 up there. Now if you take a ruler and you draw a line, where does it cross the 0? Connect those dots. Now, when the x is 0, what is the y coordinate? Connect those dots. Use a straight edge or something and draw that line. What does it go through? Go ahead and draw the line, class. Use a straight edge, a ruler or something to draw a straight line. Okay. Oops, I need all right. half joules. There we go.
Obviously.
So if I were to use my ruler, yeah, no, this is kind of a cumbersome thing to use.
Just not Just line it up with the
So it
dot
goes through
dot.
what? There we go.
Goes through 0.
It goes through 0, 0, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the
The origin.
one we're missing is 0, 0. Okay?
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Now, what does this show, class? What it shows is this, for this function, 0, 0 is one of the points on the line. When we draw this line, 0, 0 is one of the points on the line. Okay? And that's what this lesson is about, is finding other points that lie on this line. Where does the line come from?
The dots that you've connected.
From the points, yeah. From this relation. Remember, a function are points that are related in some way. And when it follows a rule, it will give you a line. Okay? Let's do the next one together. Let's get rid of this. And let's do this one together. Let's see. Let's do it this way.
This is fun.
Oh no, I don't want that. I'm not sure how to get rid of this thing yet.
Delete.
Close. There we go. Okay. Go to your worksheet.
Yes.
Number 1 at the bottom. What points are given?
Number 1.
Number 1. Who said I don't know? Don't say that. Look at the sheet. Well, then just be quiet and find it. Laura.
-2 and -7.
-2, -7. Let's get rid of this one.
Yeah.
So this one's -2, -7. Plot -2, -7, 2, 4, 6, 7. And plot -1, -5 on yours. The next point, -1, -5. Does everyone see where we're getting those points?
Yes.
Okay, plot those points. -2, -7. -1. So where would it cross the... Where does it cross when x is 0? In other words, where does it cross the y-axis?
That's the x-axis.
Where does it cross the y-axis? When it crosses the y-axis, that's when x is 0, right?
Yeah.
At -3. So that's what you fill in the missing place is -3. That's where it crosses the y-axis. So in number 1,
Wait, I was right?
-3.
Yes.
Yep. So it crosses
Hold on.
right here. Right? You can, yeah. Or you could write 0, -3. Right? Class.
Okay. Yes.
Class, class.
Yes,
Thank you. This is where it crosses the y-axis. So what is the x-coordinate for this point?
0.
0. And the y-coordinate is -3. And that's what you write on the line for number 1.
Just right negative.
-3. Use the ones it has. Let's do number 2. What's number 2? -2. The first point is what?
-2, -4.
-2, -4. Negative, then what? -1, -1. 0, 2, 1, blank, and then 2, what? Reese? 2 what? The next point, come on, follow along. You can even mark these while I'm marking them.
2, 8.
2, 8, yes. So go up to 8. Okay, come on. Draw the line.
I didn't.
So where does it cross?
-2.
No, when x is 1, y is
Oh,
6.
4.
Huh?
6.
On yours it's 6, but on ours it's 4. 4.
4. It should be 4.
Huh?
Yeah, it's 4.
Okay. Because the no, it should be It should be 2.
It should be 2.
0, 2.
But it says 4. On mine it does. It says 1 and then you go up to the
So it's 2.
until it crosses and then there's a 4.
Okay.
It is. I'm so puzzled.
2, 8. Oh, that's because yours, yeah, yours is your interval is different. Okay.
Yeah, mine is.
Your interval goes up by 2s on the y-axis, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So this is still recording.
2, -4. Yes.
It
Yep.
is?
We're
Oh,
working
told
this
you.
up together.
It's 4.
Okay.
4.
What? I'm
Um,
still confused.
We have.
Can you show it to me on this one?
Let me check it for you.
So what are we going to do right here?
What is it for?
Yeah, but your it shouldn't matter. Your interval is a little bit different than the one on the board, but yeah, it crosses at 5. It's supposed to cross at 5,
What?
which isn't, yeah. So,
What's going on?
okay, listen. If you draw a really straight line, okay, this will cross 1, 1, 5, cross there. At 1, 5. That's what they're looking for here. Okay. So right for number 2, for
Oh yeah,
1, it crosses at 1, 5. Okay. It crosses at 1, 5. Pay attention here.
I'm the dummy dumb. Exactly.
Now, this one is hard because it doesn't cross at a corner. Okay? But a line does not have to cross at a corner.
Makes
A line can go anywhere on this graph. Maybe that's part of the point that they're trying to make with this question.
Wait, so it's 5?
It's 5. Yep. Number 2, it crosses at 1, 5. Please don't interrupt me when I'm Okay, let's raise our hands and follow the procedures so we get this and work together, okay? 1, 5. Mark 1, 5 on there.
And put it in parentheses.
Crosses at 1, 5. So it would be right there. Yep. Okay, let's go to the back side. The procedure for number 1 and 2 are the same as we just did, plotting those points. Let's do number 3 together. I wanted to go through number 3 together. Okay? Now, in number 3, it says, oops, there we go. A store gives 10 free gifts. Everybody go to number 3. Number 3 on the back side. Find number 3. Okay. A store gives 10 free gifts with each laptop it sells. Make a table relating the sales of 1 to 5 laptops to the number of gifts given. So for 1, they give how many? 10. For 2, they give 20, and so on, right? Write an equation for this function. Graph the data. How many gifts would the store give when 7 laptops are sold? So, let's start with the first part. It says to make a table. Look up here. Now, a table oftentimes goes this way. The one in there in your book or in the assignment goes this way. So we'll use this. Okay? And one of them, the first one is L for laptops, and the bottom one will be G for the number of gifts that you get. Okay? So here's our box. Now, for one laptop sold, you would get how many gifts? 10 gifts. So write 1, 10. 2 and
20.
3 and 4 and 5 and we only need to, it says to make a table relating sales of 1 to 5. So that's where we can stop. In the 6th spot, that may be for, it may be for the letters. I wrote the letters on the outside, but the letters could go inside the box also. You can just leave it blank. We only need the numbers 1 through 5. Okay? Now, on our graph, and I made this graph to duplicate the other one. And on this graph, the gifts given are on the y-axis, aren't they? So we need to label that as gifts. So label that as gifts. And label the x-axis as laptops sold. Laptops sold. Make sure that you label on the outside of the numbers, label gifts and laptops sold.
So it can't be like.
Nope, under the numbers, just like I put it. That's where the labels should go when you're graphing these. Okay? Now, we can plot the points that we found. So, for 1, 10, 2, 20, 3, 30, 4, 40, 5, 50. You don't need to draw the line actually on this one. Alright? Here's why we wouldn't draw a line on this one. Because they're not allowed to buy a half a laptop, or 2/3 of a laptop, or 3/4 of a laptop. They have to buy them as individual laptops. So our points are only the whole numbers. Okay? And we can follow this trend and then answer the question, how many gifts does the store give when 7 laptops are sold? We would show that by going up and circling 7 and 70. Okay? And then you can write 70 laptops, or 70 gifts for 7 laptops. That's how these questions are organized. That's how you can show visually how these numbers are related as a function. So what operation is this? It says the last part is to write a function. So write a function rule. How do these numbers relate?
Oh, times 10.
What times 10?
L times 10 equals G.
Yeah. L times 10 equals G. Doesn't it?
Can we just like write that by it?
Yeah. Yep. And that is the function. Okay?
Oh, wow. You know,
Any questions? All right. So, for Monday, do finish both sides. Do number 4 just like you did number 3. Fill in the table. And that's it.
you gonna put on that video?
Yep. This video?
Bye.